Okay, what's up guys? Phyllis D back with another video. So I'm scrolling through my Instagram, right? And somehow I forgot that yesterday was Juice WRLD's birthday. And if you don't know, I'm a big fan of Juice WRLD. So like I was pretty shocked at this. So I decided to make this video. Sorry, I got hiccups. Decided to make this video. So basically there was this like legacy documentary about Juice WRLD. So I decided to check that out. And yeah, that's basically what we're doing today. We're watching Juice WRLD Legacy documentary. So yeah, let's get it.
It's fucked up. Yes. In situations like these, all we could do is learn from the mistakes that people make and better yourself and let them live through you. Right. All you can do is learn. I hate a motherfucker
And it's pretty long. It's like 27 minutes, so it's gonna be a long video.
Oh, he just dies.
Try my best to not pause.
You're gonna end up the same, the same situation. Like, motherfuckers gotta learn from the mistakes, like the fatal mistakes that people make. Because, who wants to have another casualty?
Rapper Juice WRLD is dead. 21-year-old who was named Billboard's Best New Artist this year suffered a medical emergency at Chicago's Midway Airport. So many questions as to how a seemingly healthy 21-year-old could die so unexpectedly.
I seriously seen an issue and I was hoping it would get addressed.
These drugs, whether it's lean or general painkillers, perks, all these sorts of things are severely dangerous. You can be here 1 second and then you can be gone the next, man. Like,
I can't see someone so young and so beautiful and so smart and talented pass like that. It's so sad.
On the 8th of December 2019, Jared Anthony Higgins,
commonly known as
Juice WRLD, was pronounced dead. This is his legacy.
Yo.
Absorbing all the music and shit I would listen to, just cramming my head with it, not really giving a fuck about school or homework or really anything else besides music, that's all I cared about. So
Jared was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. His parents split up at an early age, and whilst he remained in contact with his father, they rarely saw each other. Juice described his mother as a hardcore Christian. She even banned rap music from the house while he was growing up, as she thought it could have a bad influence on Jared. This meant growing up, he mostly listened to pop and rock music that he had heard on video games such as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That was until he started having a crush on a girl at school, and in an attempt to impress her, started to listen to the music she liked. This introduced him to his initial musical influences, such as Panic! At the Disco, Fall Out Boy, and Blink-182. It wasn't until Jared's brother and cousins introduced him to artists such as Chief Keef, Gucci Mane, and Future that he would start gaining a real interest in rap music.
Don't believe you can pop like a black kid. I spit deep fast like a crackhead. Thinking that you want it, but you don't know this. Focus, nah, I got ADD, nah, swimming like locusts. Who is this? Making hand signs like you're deaf or something. That's okay, I'll be on the beat, spinning fast like crystal meth or something. Really is nothing, making assumptions is nothing. Make you gonna put you in the oven for no reason or something. I'm the best at it. Yes, I'm the best at it. I got some.
Even with his mother's imposed rap ban, hip-hop's pull on Jared was just too strong. He began creating music in his freshman year of high school, but musically was active before then. Teaching himself how to play the piano and guitar when he was younger through YouTube tutorials. He began taking music seriously around 20 when he was 16. After being told by his friends he was good enough to become a real rapper, he uploaded his first song titled Forever to SoundCloud that same year under the alias Juice the Kid. It was also around this time that him and his friends would start experimenting with drugs. However, whilst Jared's peers were smoking weed, he was taking Percocet and Xanax.
I would tell myself to stay as far away from drugs as possible. So I think the main advice I give myself is just to not give up and keep striving.
Scott's adoration and obsession with music, and in particular artists like Future and Gucci Mane, would play a big role in his success, but they also contributed to his everlasting troubles with drug addiction.
So my family putting me on to all this different music, Future, Gucci, all these niggas talking about drugs.
You can't help but ignore how fun or how interesting, at least, they're making Zans and Lean and all this shit sound.
Yeah, bro. Like, when I heard Future, the first song I ever heard by Future was Ain't No Way Around It. The second song I've ever heard by Future is Dirty Sprite. Like, off the first Dirty Sprite mixtape. And that shit
all these
had me
rappers,
wanting to sip Lean and like
all these rappers been rapping about drugs. That's why all these kids and all these stuff. Well, I'm a kid saying kids, but like they be doing drugs because they be listening to this type of music. I know I do, but like I ain't influenced like that.
11, 12 years old, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Listen, 12 years old. He was 12 years old listening to this music, doing drugs in there.
To be doing, but
although that's where his desire to experiment with drugs started, it was mostly Xanax that a young Gerald would use to chase a high.
I used to fuck with perks heavy too, but it was Xanax that was what did it. But it's like me and the homies was doing that shit before it was cool. Like before Future was rapping about it, before he was telling motherfuckers to pop 56 in. You know what I'm saying? Like before shit was a trend, we was doing that shit because I think that was like my first streak of being different. Everybody was smoking weed. They used to look at us like we were like crackheads. Like, bro, y'all taking Xans? Y'all popping pills? The fuck is wrong with y'all? The same niggas 2 years later hitting my phone asking me where they at. This is the funny part.
Juice grew dependent on prescription drugs to deal with his depression. His ex-girlfriend was quoted saying, even when he had every reason to be happy, he still wasn't, and that's obviously a mental illness. She spoke some more on his relationship with drugs as his fame and music career grew, saying that she believed he would take up to 3 30mg Percocet at a time whilst drinking lean. Whilst many artists turn to drugs post-fame, Juice's relationship with drugs started way before then, and he described it as a gift and a curse. Whilst they can and will ruin your life if the addiction becomes too much, drugs helped his creative process, allowing him to feel emotions that a sober mindset couldn't, potentially helping create his breakthrough hit, All Girls Are the Same.
Oh, got me feeling, broke my heart, oh, you didn't, sipping, I got my whole hard liquor, hard to change, follow me the bartender, jeez.
The music video to the Heartbreak Anthem was uploaded to the Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel on the 25th of February 2018 and would change Juice WRLD's life forever. The song came along at the perfect time as Lyrical Lemonade was really starting to take off and becoming the go-to platform for aspiring hip-hop artists. This was the beginning of a long-running creative relationship between Juice and Cole Bennett, which would also turn into a close friendship. For me, this is my favourite Juice WRLD song. From the poetic writing to the hard-hitting beat, which is also complemented with the light, soft melody, the song goes against a stereotypical hip-hop artist's braggadocious attitude, claiming they could have any girl they want, which I feel is why the song stood out in the way that it did. Whilst the song certainly brought Juice to the attention of many, gaining 500,000 views after the first 2 days, it was a song that he had released nearly a year prior that would catapult Juice WRLD into mainstream stardom.
Riddance here with the song Lucid Dreams, Juice WRLD.
Oh man. Juice made so many bangers, like most of these songs are bangers and you can still listen to them like today. Find some people listening to them today and they'll still be hitting hard.
The song was first released in June 2017 on Juice WRLD's SoundCloud page and started to gain traction after the success of All Girls Are the Same and would go on to peak at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Much like All Girls Are the Same, the song is about a troubling relationship and produced by the same person, Nick Mira.
I met Juice by my homeboy DT, aka Side Piece, around like 2 years ago. He was on Twitter. He met him. He's like, "Yo, I found this kid. He's from Chicago. Got like 300 SoundCloud followers. He sounds dope. We should start working with him." Ever since then, we just been sending him stuff, and he's just been knocking out hits.
On creating the beat, he sampled Sting's "Shape of My Heart." And whilst sounding amazing and contributing to the emo rapper's biggest hit, The use of the sample would be very costly.
Sting was even saying that the royalties from that song are going to be paying his grandkids' college tuition. Sting said the royalties from that song will be paying grandkids' college tuition. I bet. Motherfucker, that's some shit. Sting, Child Sting, that's a gun right there.
Are you familiar with Lucid Dreams?
Of course I am,
From
yeah.
Juice WRLD, and what are your thoughts on that song?
I love that version. I mean,
Sting described the song as a beautiful interpretation that is faithful to the song's original form. So faithful, in fact, that Sting would take 85% of the earnings Lucid Dreams made. Nick
What?
Mira, appearing to be riled up, tweeted about his outrage over the situation. Juice, however, appeared less fazed. This wasn't the last of the song's legal issues, though. In October 2019, broken-up pop-punk group Yellowcard opened up a lawsuit against Juice WRLD, seeking $15 million in damages and co-ownership of the song, as they believe Juice stole their melody from the song Hollywood Died. For me, the resemblance is debatable, but take a listen for yourself.
What? That sounds nothing. No, that sounds nothing like this whole song. Nah, that sounds nothing. They talking trash, man.
I can definitely hear an overlap in the first half
just
of the
looking for
melody,
money.
but not so much in the second. Struggled to see it being close enough for a lawsuit. The pop-punk band continued pursuing the lawsuit until April of 2020, and is now currently on hold due to the global pandemic. Despite all of its legal issues, I think when we look back on this generation of SoundCloud artists, Lucid Dreams will be considered a classic. The record went on to become one of the defining songs of the decade, spending 48 weeks on the chart and sitting on over 500 million views on YouTube. So of course, it went on to become one of the leading singles to his debut album, Goodbye and Good Riddance. Released on the 23rd of May 2018, the album peaked at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and only had one feature, which appeared on the track Wasted with Lil Uzi Vert. Highlights from the album, apart from the obvious two, were Black and White, Candles, I'm Still, and Lean With Me. The album received mixed reviews from critics, but the fans loved it, as the music felt raw, personal, and relatable.
I like to make people happy. I like to, create connections with music and, vibes and bring people together. I'm not necessarily the most joyful person in the world, but that's one thing that does make me happy, making music.
A month later in June, XXXTentacion tragically passed away in a botched robbery, and the November prior, another emo rap pioneer, Lil Peep, had sadly passed away due to a drug overdose.
All the people be dying, man. I'm telling you. 2018, 2017, 2020. Those years, man, people be a lot of good niggas be dying. Man.
It's deeply affected Juice, and he wrote a song in tribute to the deceased artists, titled Legends.
This time it was so unexpected. This time it was unexpected.
Legends would eventually go platinum, and Juice wasn't slowing down there. In October that same year, he collaborated with one of his idols, Future, to release the mixtape World on Drugs. The title was very appropriate at the time, with some taking it as a reference to the current state of hip-hop, with Mac Miller passing away because of an overdose the month before. project debuted at number 2 behind the soundtrack to A Star Is Born, and they claimed the whole thing was recorded in a week. Both artists were known in the industry for their ability to relentlessly make song after song, and Juice in particular became renowned for his ability to freestyle.
I had never seen
Yeah,
like,
Juice
like
WRLD's
he's the first person I ever worked with musically that just literally, he made songs in one take, like he didn't stop. Then he would do it 4 times, then he'd pick from each one, like without stopping the song, and then he'd create a song in the shortest time frame I've ever seen. It was crazy.
That kid was so talented, man. He like his freestyle he did on Westwood with rapper. I was what the fuck.
YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. Yo, it's Tim Westwood TV up at Capital Extra. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because right now we're about to go in so legendary. We're going to shut the city down, baby. Let's set the tone. Juice WRLD. Let's go.
Juice WRLD surprised a lot of people in the industry when he freestyled for an hour straight on the Tim Westwood Show, with a lot of old heads in hip-hop presuming he was just another one of those SoundCloud rappers, but he was much more.
People like perceive an artist like him and think he can't rap because he sings and has melody, and that wasn't bad. He rapped over False Prophets, right? Salute to Juice WRLD. I grade him A on that.
A few months after his initial 1-hour freestyle on the Tim Westwood Show, Juice went back and did it again, but this time exclusively over Eminem beats. He was a big inspiration for Juice growing up.
R.I.P. to X, R.I.P. to Peep, R.I.P. to Mac, R.I.P. to Beats, R.I.P. to anybody that want beef, R.I.P. to anybody that want beef, R.I.P. to all the niggas died in the street, R.I.P. to all the niggas died, rest in peace. The one thing I can't say is R.I.P. me, cause I'ma live forever. I put that on my life,
Juice would carry on showcasing his special talent on various platforms, and according to Juice, every song on his sophomore album, Death Race for Love, was freestyled. He recorded the entire album over 3 days, 23 songs over 72 hours. The freestyle element of the album was most evident on the track Feeling, where there was a mistake during the song which they decided to leave in. The freestyle nature of the project resulted in a variety of sounds, from a dancehall vibe on Hear Me Calling to something close to country on Flaws and Sins. But of course, he stayed true to his familiar emo rap sound throughout the album, in particular with his lead single, Robbery.
Oh my god, another banger. All these guys' tracks is banger. Now I'm digging up the car.
He had produced yet again another heartbreak hit, with the song climbing the charts again. However, whilst the heartbreak he referenced on Goodbye and Good Riddance was how he was feeling in the moment, when he was recording this album, his girlfriend was there with him in the studio day and night and was due to put an end to his girl problems.
Y'all wanna know how love stories goes in here? Okay. Well, I can't reverse it.
Yo.
Is an Instagram influencer with now over 1 million followers and started dating Juice WRLD in late 2018. The two were more or less inseparable, as she would attend recording sessions and join Juice on tour.
Imagine a breath of fresh air, but at the same time somebody to take your breath away. It's not really no feeling like that.
And that's it, y'all. If you want to check out the original video, well, let me check. This one is made by Scott. If you want to go check this out on his channel, link in the description. Scott XTT, but it's Scott SCXTT. And that's gonna do it, y'all. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because like it's on his channel if you want to go watch it. I'm not trying to like deprive him of any viewers or anything, but go and check it out there and see you guys next time.